So we start. Friday, last day of week 2, and so what's happening today is we are splitting the class in half. I'd like to help those who are still catching up to review and to consolidate because as things get built up, it can get pretty intimidating. For those who are ready to tackle this lab, then we can cover this part first. So I'll move those who are catching up, those you should just move in there and then start working on the labs, the previous lab, because we really need those ones done to complete what we have today. The prerequisite for this lab is to have completed the previous 2 labs because we need the to-do structure up and running, to understand how to use the partial already, the locals, variable, and pass that item in. To implement the form in each item, you create a form for each item and you submit that done button, jump to Sinatra and handle it. And also, if also to be able to save, saving to file, save it back to file. So when you reload the browser, the data stay there. What we hope to achieve in this lab after lecture, so you guys can start implementing, first make the form more complicated, but you will end up getting only one form. So for example, I'm going to go to here, you can check it out. It's called Trello, but this name is already taken, so I call it Trello Do. And you guys will learn how to convert the whole thing here as a form. You guys see that? Mm-hmm. It's only one form to save everything. So it means the whole data is saved, so you don't even need to read from the file before you make changes. If you click any of this here, done, then it will submit the entire thing to the server and the server save it. Of course, adding an item is a different thing, so it will just add to the file. That's normal. We also learned how to do some fancy JavaScript stuff. So you can drag and drop, like similar to Trello. You can even see that if you drag, after you drag, you see this button is JavaScript. So just show the button up, and you can click save, and then the button disappear, but then the order get maintained. So let me see if I can show that in the to-do here. Oh, I guess this is to-do shop.
Did we talk about this yesterday?
No.
Yeah, you got.
Did I?
Did we? Am I asking you?
No, I don't remember.
Okay, I don't remember.
Did you time travel?
I think I had a dream. I think I had a dream last night.
Oh my god.
We were talking about this.
I think our connection just got to the next level. That is truly amazing. Thank you, Loy. Loy's going to teach the next class, so he's already I think he either time travel from the future class or he's just already dreaming about that class. So the idea here is, if I go back to this page, the idea here is when you submit the whole data, this is the preview. So let's see if I can print out what gets submitted. So you see 2 checkboxes here, right? And then the whole thing is not checked. So let's say if I click done, the whole form gets submitted. And the whole form, it means the whole params is very big. And it's fine. This is just submitting, for each item status like that. And then same, if you move, the cool thing is when you move, the order get moved. So I want to move this done thing to the bottom. Watch, right? Learn hash becomes the 3rd one, and then this one should move over here, right? So I click save, and that get moved over here as well, right? So to be able to handle very complex params, to be able to prepare the form in a way that it can now submit .string, it's actually hashes or arrays. You can do hash or array. How can we do that, right? So this lab will get us into that. And then after that, we add jQuery and JavaScript and you don't even need to understand how JavaScript works. The point here is that a lot of web developers out there, or WordPress developer, people who just put some stuff together, download some cool libraries, and then make it work. And it means it's entirely accepted that at this stage, we just make a few things work by knowing how to use the tools. In the future, we'll learn how to make JavaScript work with our own hands, like the very basic function and stuff. But for this week, this is the extra mile. That's why those who do not attend this lab, it's not a big loss. Definitely this is just the extra mile. And when you build an application, this is the luxury feel you add to the app. This is the stuff that you choose a better icon for the app. You use better CSS, and you try to make it more compelling, right? Remember the colorize thing back then? This is just the extra things that you feel like it'll make your app stand out. The problem with this kind of touches is that it takes a lot of time. 80% of the time, right, is to finish your final 20% of the app. And it could be 90% of the time finish the final 10%, but that's the idea. Okay, any question about this app that we're building in this lab? One reminder is that you've been using hashes, item hashes, but for your assignment, remember last week's assignments all item class, list class? You strongly recommended to use that, the classes for assignment. It's a lot better. Your code will look a lot cleaner if you use something like, let me see, item and list, because the logic stay in there. For example, you have the logic of marking some item is done inside the item class. The logic of adding item is done inside the list class, or loading from the file is done from inside the list class. Your to-do, your main app should only call what is necessary. Right? I'm not going to click on this because if you pause on the video, you can copy all that code, and then it will work. So that's the idea. So in our previous, in our demonstration yesterday, we've been using the item hash, right? And I'm not using the item hash. I'm just joking. There's no problem clicking on it. But you do have to do item.new on them so that you can work with things. But the difference is you work with list and item. Okay?
So you do save them. Okay, now you don't save them as local variables anymore. Right? Because now you want the classes.
Right. They want the classes.
Yeah. Before we only used local, so
Yeah.
now it makes sense that.
Yeah. Look at the way I save it. Right. It's the list class takes care of saving. And for example, one way of saving it is I just open this file, and I just print out all these items, and I join into one big string, and that becomes a to-do.md. Right? Can you believe all of that work can be done in one line? That's the beauty of Ruby, right? Because that's just like, you don't have to do it this way, but as you write your code, you can always surprise yourself with this better techniques that you can come up with. So of course you can do things like items.each, and then in each item you can find out a way to display it like this guy, and then you have the f variable for each item. You just save it to the file, f dot f less than or f dot puts, and then you write one file at a time. What I'm doing here is that I combine all the string into one big string, and I just put it to a file, and it's done. So I implement this save feature, and then in my app I can just call it and I save it. Not that one. Okay, so I saved. If you add something, I save. If you resubmit the form, I save. That can be quite useful. Okay. So I'm gonna pause this right here, and we're gonna